welcome to Railgun S on my channel, Flash Anime here, reviewing 6 and 7, and just doing an audio recording this time because for me it's hard to record. Yeah, it's hard to record my video stuff lately on the weekend because everyone's at the house, my parents and everything. So it's like, I can't really do all that stuff when people are around. It's kind of annoying. So, but I'll just do the voice recording for now. But anyway, jumping into episode 6, starting off with I guess the events of episode 5. I should recap that. With Misaka kind of arriving on scene as Accelerator basically destroys one of the clones in front of her. Misaka 9982, yeah, that's the one. She gets like totally destroyed. He crushes her with like this train car thing, and Misaka sees all that. I guess she kind of jumps in reaction, and episode 5 ended with her running towards Accelerator. Which 6 takes over right in that spot with Misaka screaming top of her lungs. That scream still. It's very very chilling. Her scream from her anyway. And Accelerator just kind of walking, he's basically about to leave and go get something to eat for himself. And Misaka fires her, I guess, shoots him with some electricity just to get his attention. And he kind of stops in his track and just like looks at her like, yeah. He assumes that she's another one of the clones because he's just like, didn't I just finish this operation? Are we doing something extra? Is this new? And while they fight, Misaka goes all out using her powers to get all the, I guess, particles in her body and turn them into, like, I guess, magnetize them. And she's trying to hit him with all these particles and stuff, and he just kind of brushes off like nothing. She's giving it her all, and just, I guess, now fueled by rage, she's just so angry at what he did, and he kind of brushes it off like the attack didn't do anything, because with Accelerator, he figured out her attack, and with this character, all he has to do is figure it out once, and he can pretty much adapt to whoever he's fighting, which is kind of interesting. He is quite overpowered in this series, I would give him that. And it even comes down to Misaka screaming and hollering at him and asking why he's doing this, and he's just like, why else am I doing it? I want to achieve ultimate power. He wants to become the first level 6 in this world. And Misaka is still confused at why he would just blatantly murder and kill her, basically her clones. And she even tries to fire her signature railgun attack, and even that doesn't phase Accelerator. He just kind of bounces it back at her, and it flies past her head and blows a hole through something. And Misaka's starting to realize that no matter what she does to this guy, she can't win. His power just won't allow it. And as the fight goes along, Accelerator eventually just figured out it's the original of all the copies, and he's like, oh, if I kill you, this might be a fun challenge or something. Well, not really a challenge for him, but a challenge for Misaka. And before they even get to fight like a second and third time, a massive group of clones arrive, and they're standing in the background, like, basically explaining to Accelerator that killing the original Misaka won't do anything for you. It's pointless to kill her. And he kind of agrees and kind of like shrugs it off, and before he leaves, he walks up to Misaka kind of creepy, and he kind of sneaks up behind her. He's just like, you want to know my name? And she's starting to realize he has vectors and all these different abilities, and she knows his name. I guess his name's kind of famous around this Academy City. And he just tells her his code names like Accelerator, and she kind of like freaks out a little bit, and he walks off. And she gets mad at her clone, saying that why would you willingly participate in being slaughtered every week by this insane man right here? And they're just like, that's what we're programmed for, nothing more, nothing less. We don't have emotions, so we can't say no, or that kind of thing. And it's kind of a depressing scene because Misaka, she's as much power as she has, she can't even stop Accelerator from doing what he's doing with the clones, and that gets to her. And she struggles with this, with the whole thing of why did I give my DNA to the scientist. She kind of regrets what she did in the past, but in my opinion, it's like, it is sad, it sucks, but she can't really change what she did in the past, because they did take advantage of her and got her DNA and made all these clones, which kind of sucks. Like I said, it's bad for her. And I guess that day rolls past, and it's Misaka she slept outside and didn't really go back to her dorm because of what she witnessed and things with Accelerator. Eventually, she's sitting there, and Shinobu, who we saw in episode 4, and a little bit of 5, walks up to her and just kind of like, well, what happened to you? You look like you look like a mess. And Misaka kind of explains what she saw, and she basically vows to destroy every single lab that's tied to the clone experiment. But Shinobu's kind of like, you don't realize labs are hidden all over Academy City, and there's not just one lab. There's a bunch of labs. But Misaka doesn't care. She's just like, what do you think I am? I'm gonna do it regardless. Even if someone tells me no, I'm gonna do it. And she eventually returns to her dorm room, which kind of ties in the next episode with Misaka keeping this mission of hers of destroying the labs hidden from all her friends. Kuroko, Satin, and Yuharu have no idea what's going on. And Kuroko mainly, she's like the one that lives with her in her dorm room, so she gets to see Misaka like stroll in at like, I don't know how late she was that night, but I'd say like 6 AM. She comes walking in, like and just all bruised up, banged up. And Kuroko on the other hand is just like, what's going on, but Misaka won't tell her. And there's a good reason. I mean, if the others knew of Accelerator, the clones, the labs, and all this, they'd be in a lot of danger. Especially like the lower power people like Yuharu and Satin, who don't really have any combat power. I mean, especially Satin. She has none whatsoever. So imagine her for trying to fight Accelerator would just be very, very bad. And we do see a little bit of Misaka kind of destroying labs. We do see her how she does it. She hacks into their database, finds out what it is, and then sneaks in late at night and destroys the place. And that's pretty much what she's been up to. And I don't know how many days, weeks, or what have passed since she saw first time meeting Accelerator, so we don't know. But after that, I would say that episode 7, the core is more about Kuroko and how, she really does generally love Misaka, but is more of a friendship thing where I want to help you so badly, but she can't, because Misaka obviously, like I said, will not tell the people, her friends, what's going on. She just can't. And she keeps them all in the dark, doesn't really tell them anything. And Kuroko does see her like in a couple days, like just wore out, just passed out in her bed, just like exhausted. And again, like I said, she just wants to help her, but she's afraid that if she peeked into what Misaka's been up to, it might destroy their friendship. And I kind of agree. It's like Misaka's mission to do it herself. She won't do anything else. And while we have all that, we have Satin, Yuharu, and Kuroko kind of doing their own things this week together. They help these young girls, I guess they're all girls, I think, I don't know, a bunch of little kids, and they're finding the money cards. They're doing that again, so Kuroko's kind of stopping them, like telling them it's dangerous, leave it alone. And they do eventually give up on the money cards. But the main thing with that is one of the kids wants to give one of their friends a present and, money and all that for little kids. Like, oh, well, I don't have the money, so they think using the money cards they can do it freely. But Kuroko and the others kind of teach her that you don't really need money to get something for your friend and stuff like that. So they find like a 4-leaf clover, which is cheesy as hell, but yeah, I guess. So they do that, and Kuroko kind of realizes that, even though Misaka isn't letting her in her life right now, you have the other girls that are there with her, that are there to support her when she needs it, so, which is kind of nice. And towards the end of the episode, we have Misaka, like I said, destroying labs, and she's finally gotten to the point where she's discovered there's only 2 more laboratories left to find. And while they're doing this, even the scientists that are defending their places are like, well, there's only 2 places left, so they have a plan to either catch her or catch her in the act of destroying the labs, and maybe report her to, judgment, but I doubt it. I mean, either that or they plan just to get rid of her completely. Because episode 8, the preview for it shows the group called Item, which the way I could relate it as each of the espers in that group use items to fight Misaka. And you see it in the opening shot where she's fighting some girl shooting these like green laser beams at her. So she's gonna be fighting her next, and the other girl. So whatever you see in the opening is pretty much what we're gonna be seeing for the next. I guess someone was telling me 8 through maybe episode 10. This would be Misaka leading up to the fight eventually with her real fight against level 5. I don't count Accelerator versus her as any fight at all because it's too one-sided. Accelerator just can wreck her without even blinking. So yeah, we have reverse level 5 versus a codename Meltdown. Which I won't tell you what her power is because I don't want to spoil it. So yeah. So we're gonna have Railgun versus Meltdown. Probably I'm thinking around episode 10 because we gotta build the backstory routine up until we get there. I'm excited for that. And I hope you are enjoying this series as well. If you're having fun with it, I know I am. But that's my review for 6 and 7. See you next time for maybe 8 or 8 and 9. So see ya.